Without a doubt, this here is the most annoying part of traveling. What comes, what goes. But I'm not gonna be bothered by this, because a dream of mine is gonna come true. I've had this dream for years, so let's just get this here over with and go. It's about 5 a.m. in the morning, and I could say now our journey to Iceland begins. And what really makes this journey special, at least for me, is that I get to travel with this guy. His name is Karel, and he's the man who taught me everything I know about filming, pretty much. We used to be classmates, now we're just mates. Off we go. There's a currently active volcano over there. Iceland!
Iceland!
The company where we rented a campervan from is sending us a shuttle. We've made it to Kuku Camper's office, so this one over here is gonna be our home for the next week. The good thing is that they have all the extra gear in there, so from power inverters to sleeping bags, because one of us, not mentioning names, forgot the sleeping bag. Holy crap, yes! That's cool. Way more room than I expected.
Hey, that's cool.
Shall we go, Karel? Honestly, renting a car with Kuku Campers was a brilliant idea. It went really well. And now the second thing, upon arrival, we're gonna grab something to eat and go shopping to be ready to just hit the road. First impressions of Icelandic shop. I've never seen anything so expensive in my life. Like, bananas are €1 each. A loaf of bread is €3.50. Minced meat is 17 euros a kilo. Back home it's like $3.50. It is the first night of Iceland for us. We're just making our first meal. Dinner for two. It's really intimate in here. Well, sleeping is not gonna be hard today because we've been traveling for hours and hours and hours. Rise and shine, second morning. Karel is just cooking us some breakfast over there. And well, I'm gonna get the drone in the air. Have to do it at one point, so let's go! So the first site we're gonna see in Iceland is Seljalandsfoss. It's a waterfall where you can walk behind it, and it drops 60 meters, so it's bloody high. There's a lot of water over there, and also what you can see is a guy who knows how to dress in Iceland, and an idiot who just came from Turkey and is used to 40 degrees, so I hope I won't get rained. It's extremely wet in here. Even behind the waterfall in here, it's quite windy. I guess when the water hits the pool down there, it just pushes the air away, and so there's like a tunnel of wind behind the waterfall in here. After walking behind the big waterfall over there, this little rain outside doesn't seem too bad anymore. Skogafoss, 25 meters from side to side, and the drop again is 60 meters. And an interesting thing is that most of the waterfalls are around 60 meters drop in here, because this cliffside over there, it used to be the old coastline, so the sea was up to there, but now the sea has retreated and is like 5 kilometers behind us. Iceland has a bit more than 300,000 locals living on the island, but every year around 10 million tourists visit, so that's why a lot of those beautiful places tend to be crowded. So, just next to Skogafoss there's a path that takes you up the hill. Just unreal, like every corner you take there's something like that. Those waterfalls coming from the glacier, they're so beautiful, they've carved their way into the landscape. As it turns out, driving and discovering in Iceland, it's harder than we expected, and why it's hard is because there's so many things just on the side of the road. And it's just over there. Our first glacier. Well, first of all, it's beautiful. It's grand, but a thing I've seen in glaciers located in New Zealand as well is pictures showing you how much the ice has retreated over years. And if you can see it from here, that's 97 and that's 2010. So I'd say 300 meters, maybe 200 meters, the ice has retreated in only 13 years. Makes you a little bit sad to realize that we're losing glaciers from our planet, and maybe we're gonna be the last generation that's ever gonna see them, but on another way it just makes them more special, makes them unique. What just happened is probably gonna be a theme of our whole trip. We made it to the glacier and then it started raining, so camera gear isn't too good with water. So whenever it rains, it's a good time to cook something, and today we got pasta with salmon. It sounds good and I hope it tastes good. Rain has passed and another small hike ahead of us. So we're gonna go and see a plane wreck. It's a plane wreck, yeah. We have made it to the plane wreck. So in 1973, a US military airplane made a emergency landing in here. It's crazy how a tragic accident turned. Actually, nobody died in the accident, but still, a plane crash has become such a landmark for tourists. But of course, when a thing like this happens in such a scenic and beautiful place, of course it's gonna be a landmark. We could build a McDonald's in here and people would come and take pictures of it. We're slowly coming to the end of our first day in Iceland, and well, today's theme has definitely been rain. We're near the town of Vik. Black Sand Beach is that way. And they don't call that one Black Sand Beach, but it sure is one. It's our second morning in Iceland. It's 7:02 in the morning, and well, we're up, and there's a good reason for it. We just want to get some good shots in before the tourist hordes wake up. So we're gonna grab our cameras, drones, and run to the Glacier lake. I'll write the name of the lake somewhere as well. It's hard to pronounce. That's a seal. There's seals in this lake. This part over there is when the glacier goes into the lake. So what is a glacier? Pretty much a river made of ice. It's moving really slowly, but it's moving. Waking up before 7 today was honestly the best thing we could have done. It's 8:30 and I feel like this day has already been a success. Everything else is a bonus. It's not a big secret that for 1,000 years the biggest industry in Iceland was fishing. Yeah, nowadays tourism has surpassed fishing and also exporting aluminium, but what kept this country going for 1,000 years was fishing. And so now we've made it to the seaside for the first time properly to see where the riches of this country come from. All of those pieces of ice on the seashore, they're from the glacier behind me, and there's a river right there. This place here is now where the lake is connected to the ocean, and it's an amazing place to get some good photographs. I'm not sure if I get them from Karel, but if I do, here are some of them. Karel, why are you excited?
because it's the first time we are allowed to use drones.
Welcome to Freyja
46.
I hope no one from Iceland just watched me pronounce this place. But it's a canyon and a small hike should take us up there. And as soon as I got to the far side of the canyon, the weather's back. So it started raining, or it's something between rain and snow, I'm not even sure anymore. One just has to get used to it when you're in this country. You don't have control. Everything can change in 5 minutes, like this dot on the screen. And you're just gonna have to take the most out of it. How you feeling, Garen?
Not good, not good.
Behind the car it's almost okay. And our day today starts with surprises. We're on a F road, which means off-road road, and we were supposed to go that way to a national park, but Iceland has got a storm warning. Okay, I'm gonna sit down here, it's way too cold. And a part of this F road has been closed because there's snowstorms coming and they don't want people driving there. So once again, weather dictates what's our plans and what's gonna happen. Now we're just gonna drive back and make a new plan before we can carry on.